Hello there and welcome to a brand new series using the FtB Infinity Lite mod pack that's just been released. I think it was last Friday that it was released. So we're still in early stages, and I dare say there's going to be updates and things in the future. But this is not just the single player world, this is on my server. So I decided to put it on there, so because the White Tiger wanted to join me on it, so there's no problem there. Plus I'm hoping to get a few other people to join us as well, but we'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, obviously with the new season starting, that means we're back to the basics. But before we do anything on those sorts of lines, I do want to actually go through a few future plans with you, so you know what I want to do. So yeah, this is my little campsite. I'm calling it the campsite at the moment. So yeah, I haven't actually built anything yet. But if you remember, if you watched my all the mods playthrough, what I wanted to do out there was build something similar to the Stargate Atlantis base that they had on that TV show, and I would like to continue that on here. Now, what I did on there was actually go through mechanism to get the white plastic block. So yeah, we need to get these HDP sheets to get these guys. To get these sheets, we need the pellets. To get the pellets, we need liquid, ethylene, oxygen, and substrate. To get the substrate, we need hydrogen and water and biofuel. To get the biofuel, we need a crusher that will crush some crops and things for us. Just need to find out what might be the best substitute. Maybe carrots and potatoes, something on those sort of lines. Wheat will do it as well. So obviously the best one is pumpkins, but yeah, we may need to come up with something a little bit more to help things grow, because in this mod pack, unlike all the mods, it had actually additions, which we got the worms, which helped us grow the crops a little bit quicker. There's no, oops, sorry, a little bit of mouse control there. I need a new mouse. Unless, because we don't have worms, and the worms actually helped the crops grow, they too take a little bit longer these days. So getting all that plastic to make something as large as the Atlantis base may take a long time. So I may need to come up with something to help us grow things. But I've got potatoes over there, wheat there, I've got carrots and a few potatoes growing there, just to start collecting things like that for now. And yeah, we are good to go. But unfortunately, getting to this sort of stage, I mean, you know, like I said, there's other things, just not just the biofuel. We also need oxygen and this liquid ethylene. To get liquid ethylene, we need ethylene itself in a different sort of machine. So you know, that's way into the future. So we've got to really start at the basics, obviously. So that's why I've got this little campsite. Obviously we're doing a little bit of exploring around the world, because spawn point is all the way down here, and you can see the amount of exploring I did to try and find somewhere to call home, and reasonable, so I could be on a next to the sea sort of thing and build what we did. And I encountered quite a few different sort of villages and things like that. I don't know exactly how many I encountered, because there's even one down here right next to spawn, one over here again near spawn. So you know, all these villages, they all had these, or the majority of them had the wooden storage crates from immersive engineering. So I grabbed them, because one of the good things about immersive engineering, just in case you don't know, as you can see, got a few things in there. You can create that, and you can carry all those things with you. You can pull them down, and you can carry on that. So yeah, that actually helped me a lot for the way of storage. I've also been doing a little bit of mining as well, as you can see. Now I think with this mod pack though, I've got my mine here, dug all the way down to level 12. But I think things like copper and tin and things like that may be probably a little bit higher up. So yeah, I think I'm going to need at least 2 mine shafts, one for copper and tin, the other for all the other valuable stuff. But as you can see, I've got some basic tinker tools. I've got an iron sword from one of the things. I've even got a witch's hat, which is not that great looking on me, I'm afraid, and it doesn't even come down with me when I kneel down. But then again, it is supposed to be magic, I suppose. But there's no point to it. Literally no point. So yeah, it doesn't really give me any sort of armor or anything. But yeah, that can win now. So yeah, back to basics. Like I said, I've got some basic tinker tools. These are just stone, very, very basic. I found a iron pick and a few other things in my travels from desert temples and the villagers, like I said. But yeah, so we're gonna make a smeltery today. But like I say, very basic stuff, very easy stuff. So yeah, I gathered everything that you need: the gravel, the sand, the clay. You know, these sort of things. You know, mix them together to make the grout, and then you cook the grout to make the seed. But you don't need me to go through all that. Like, you will probably already know all this. But yeah, there's this casting basin. There's a drain. Let's make a casting table, not a crafting table. We need a couple of drains. Then we need the controller, and something I did forget to do is actually cook up a little bit of sand. So there's 6 sand there. I know this is not going to be the 8 that you should use to cook, but it'll be fine. I'm leaving the sand and everything at the moment just in case if I need any more grout. But I only need 1 bit of glass for the lava controller. There we go, done. And surround that with that, and there we go. That should be all the basic things that we need, which is just perfect. And then we can get to start making the actual smelter itself. So I've decided to put the smelter somewhere over here. Now in the future, this little mound here and this larger mound here will disappear. I'm going to flatten this area out so I've got a little bit more room to do, and then I will also make a small basic house at some point. It's just going to be too much stuff just to leave outside, I think. So yeah, let me just make a very basic smeltery, a 3x3, and then we can get things up and running. The lava tank can go on this side for a change, and that can go. There's always one that has to be awkward in there. Yep. Normally it's me, but yeah. Casting basin, and then this guy can go somewhere over here. Yeah, it can go there. Why not? Just so that these things are on the same side. Right, so I can put that there, I can put that there. Now normally in the future I can put that there as well, but if I make another casting basin or anything on those sorts of lines, I can put that there, because you can get these faucets to come out on any side now, which is always nice. And we are losing daylight, so I do need to make another faucet, which is no problem. We can put that there, that's no problem. Right, let me just sleep the night away so we don't have any problems with any mobs or anything on those sorts of lines, and then we'll be able to get back to it. So after a quick drink, we can start building up a little bit more now with this, because obviously the higher this thing is, or the bigger this thing is, the more resources we can actually smelt up. And I would like to test to see if we can. Oops, you don't go there. See, there's always one. And now let's get out of here. And and just a few more. Don't need that many. Maybe a few more than that. 2 more. That will do. 2 more. There we go. 1 and 2. Awesome. Right. So the only thing that we're missing now to get this thing powered up is the lava to get it going. So I want to craft myself a little item. See, the dirt can go in there. This seed bricks can go in there. So the best thing that I find to get lava for this is in Ender.io. It's the nice Ender.io tank. I should be able to find it just like that. There we are. The fluid tank from Ender.io is, to my mind, it's one of the better ones to use for this. It just takes a little bit of iron and a tiny bit of glass, but you'll see why I prefer using this anyway. And then we need a good old bucket. Let's go and find some lava in, so they can go in there. I think you can go in there. The glass, can go in there. Why not? Right, so I'm going to take the hoe with me, and we'll go on and get some lava now. Oops, don't want to fall all the way down to level 12, or that will be the death of me. So, and then we'll be able to see if the tank, when I get my words right. Now where is it? I think the lava's just down here. Yep. In the hermit pack, the smelter does actually give you 3 times ore processing, so I don't know if that's something to do with the hermit pack itself, because the hermits do like to make life easier for themselves and put and alter things so they can get things done. So you can see now why I like the fluid tank, because you can hold a few buckets in here. There we go, and a couple more. Oops, don't put it there. And go on, get in there. There we go, 1 more. Perfect, and we'll grab a bucket just for good luck. Right then, so that's that, and now we will run upstairs. Well, up the ladder. There's no stairs, there's a ladder. Oh dear, get my words today are all muggled up. You'll have to excuse me for that. I don't know if it's just with a Monday morning or what, but yep. Right then, so one of the main things that I like about the fluid tank is that you can set it right next to the tank, and then you can set its input and output, and you can push in and it will go directly in there, so it's self-feeding that, so that is absolutely fantastic to my mind. Right then, so now that we've got that up and running, like I say, I want to test to see if we've got 3 times ore processing on this or not. So I'm just going to get a little bit of iron here, just the 1, so I know exactly what it is I am doing, and then we can get to work, sort of thing. So that can be smelting down. Right, while we are waiting on that, because that is going to take some time. Yeah, that's really slow compared to what I'm used to. So yeah, there is that. So while we are waiting on that, I do want to upgrade my tools, and I don't know if this has been disabled or not, but we need to make a nice little thing called a sharpening kit. Only need the 1 of these, and while we're waiting on that, we can get some clay, and we also need the actual pattern itself. That needs to go in there. There we go. There's the stone sharpening kit. Then we can put the clay in there. Now, no, we do not get 3 times ore processing it. You only get 2 iron in there, so that's good to know. That's fine. Like I say, I think the 3 times ore processing in the hermit pack is just specifically for the hermit pack. I've never known that before anyway. So I thought it might have been something with Tinkers itself, but no, it is. I think it's something to do with the hermit pack now. So that's good. That's fine with me. So we're just waiting for this clay, and we can get that mold making. These clay molds are only very temporary, and they only have a one-time use. So now that we've got that, we want to get a bucket of lava and put that in the smelter drain, so that will go inside the smelter itself. Then you can get a little bucket of water, and then we should get a block of obsidian, which is nice. So with that obsidian, put darn. That was the iron. I did not want to use the iron. That was my fault. I forgot to set it to go down there, and I'm hoping we can remelt that. We can. Good, but I do need to get a couple more bits of clay now. Dear oh dear. Right, that was my fault. Like I say, it was just the fact that I didn't move the obsidian down, so I've got to do that. It's no problems, but it does mean a little bit more time wasted. Yeah, we can enjoy the view while we're waiting. We'll get there. We'll get there. Luckily, clay doesn't take that long to smelt up, and yeah, we should be good to go in soon. Very easily just finishing off my cup of tea. There we go. 2 clay ingots. Oh, I need to make a new sharpening kit, don't I? Darn. Never mind. Never mind. It's only a bit of stone. Nothing too major. So let's put that there. We'll get the clay at the bottom and make the new clay cast. And there we go, that's that done. Make sure that the obsidian is at the bottom and put in the obsidian there. Now, hopefully this hasn't been altered, but we will see. There we go. And then we need a bit of flint. And we will go over to this tool station and we will put the flint in. We will put the obsidian sharpening kit in, and then we put that in there. So what this does, as you can see, my current pickaxe is made out of stone, no problems. Mining level of iron, speed 4, attack 5.5, modifiers 3. But if I put this on here, you will see the durability is not affected or anything on those sort of lines. It has this fortified modifier, but the mining level shoots up to cobalt. So that means now I can mine everything in the world without any problems whatsoever. And my stone pickaxe is also, as you know, repairable with stone, so I don't need to worry about anything on those sorts of lines. Now obviously in the future I would like to increase its durability and things on those sorts of lines. Probably get a different modifier on there as well. Now I've got a little bit of iron in there, so what I will do just to finish off this episode, I think, is actually put a little bit more clay in, and I will make myself a new tool rod. Not tool rod, sorry, a binding rod, and I will make an iron binding rod, because we should have enough stuff to do this with. and I'll explain to you that once we get the stuff that we need. So we just need to get this. There we go. There's the clay, and I like the waller on this because you actually see. Then we've got the iron in there. That's perfect. How much should that use? And full ignite. Good. Excellent. So we've got the iron binding. So I'm now going to put that in there, and that gives us a magnetic. Now this gives us a small amount of pulling power, so any items that we do hit off, they should attract us to us, and it also increases our durability as well, so that's cool. I think that will do it for today's episode. I know, like I said, very basic, very basic stuff, but this is how we've got to start, as you know. So off camera, I think what I'll do is actually make myself a tool forge and make myself a hammer in exactly the same sort of methods, a stone head with a little bit of iron, and hopefully if we can get some bone as well. This is actually a good question. I'm not too sure how much bone I've got. Not sure if that's going to be enough, but I can probably go hunting. And then I can make a hammer exactly the same sort of ways, and then we'll be good to go for some proper strip mining, and then I'll be able to get that done as well. So yeah, that will do it for today's episode. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please remember to hit that like button, and obviously if you've got any hints, comments or suggestions or any other ways to improve a basic tool like this, then feel free to put that down in the comment section below, even if it's just to say hi. But regardless, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.